My goal with Tristan is honestly a lot of footwork. I feel like footwork is probably one of the more important things in the game, especially with the midfielder typically. For certain things I teach them the shoulder, hips, toes, kind of keep them in the right position so that they can come off of a dodge or come off of a defensive position, whatever they need to be. So to continue to improve on those things and make sure we speed up his footwork, increase his speed, increase his agility, increase those kind of things that are important in the game. I am a huge over-the-hand shooting coach. I think that's probably the most fundamental aspect of shooting, and I think it's underused a lot of times. So I push the guys a lot to shoot overhand. There's a time and place for a sidearm, but majority of the time I feel like shooting overhand is going to give you the best percentage of goals. Face-off, fantastic. That's something we discovered in the last year. I think he's been to a couple camps recently and really kind of developed those fine skills to be able to pop the pinch and pop. He does really well with that. He also can pull it back to a player if he needs to. We've used him several times and then just kind of lock up the other player to prevent the pinch and pop so we have a chance on a ground ball. But he's done a great job. Just like I say, it's a newfound skill for us, so we're going to continue to develop that the best that we can. One-on-one, I have a saying, one and done. You throw one dodge, if you don't make it, pull it back out, settle it down, live for another day. You have these guys that'll go in, dodge multiple times, 3-4 times, and their defense resets or whatever. You give them an opportunity to reset. You don't want to give them that chance as far as I'm concerned with these guys. You throw your dodge. If you don't beat them, that's fine. Pull it back out, pass it on, let someone else get a chance. If you beat them, keep going, push it to the cage, look for your dump or your shot either one, whichever is there available. But that's my philosophy, one and done. Don't dance. I call it dancing when they throw more than one. So. We've used him, being Texas lacrosse, obviously, we don't have as much specialization in our program even for that matter, but so he actually can play really well with a long stick midi, honestly. I think he's done that at some of his camps too, and he's actually been recognized for that. We'd love to use him for face-offs, but you can't use the guy over and over because it wears him out. He's our versatile player, honestly. I think he's grown up with a little bit of lacrosse before he came to us. But he's just continued to develop from there. Just very respectable. Obviously comes from a military family, so I think that's been ingrained in him, probably beat into him to this point. But very respectable, always yes sir, no sir, willing to learn, willing to change habits. Of course these guys develop their own habits and you kind of go back as a coach, continue to try to tweak those. So hopefully he's able to make those changes each time, and hopefully we can kind of continue to work with that. But definitely a coachable player. I enjoy that a lot about him. He'll come out here and shoot before practice. He puts in the time as a coach, and obviously that's what you want. You want that kid that's willing to work. They ask the questions when it's necessary. They listen. He's a very good leader in our team, actually. He gets out with our youth. He'll work with our youth sometimes. But he'll come out and work with our varsity guys. And he jumps their butt when necessary and encourages them when necessary, so it works out. It's kind of a coach on the field almost. So his lanky figure actually gives him a little bit of advantage just because he can pull off the change of directions a lot quicker than somebody that has that weight to pull around. Obviously, hopefully he continues to put on a little bit more weight and kind of gains that from that. But his momentum doesn't carry him the other direction because he has good control at his feet usually. With these guys, especially in Texas, I don't think their exposure to lacrosse is nearly as much as in other places. So being able to pull them out here and say, okay, this is kind of what you're going to see. This is what I want you to be able to react to. These are kind of decisions. These are the options you have, I guess, to continue to improve from here. Know that you have these options, know that they're all available, and know how to use them when they are available, know what's available to you. So pull them out here and say, okay, this is a situation, this might be some options for in this situation, and be able to make them think, have the lacrosse IQ to actually think for themselves, as opposed to, I like to create players, not create thinkers, not just a player, be able to think on their own. So that's my goal with them.